When it comes to a laptop that is really great in value, you gotta go with the route of second-hand laptops because dedicated GPUs on the laptop is really quite high in price, above 39k.
It's too damn high.
Yeah, that is really steep. But nowadays, you can get second-hand for 25k like the 940MX. And this is what we have, the HP Pavilion 15 2017. For this kind of elegant looking laptop, is it worth the money for gaming and other work online? With that said, let's proceed to the video. So it's really distinctive for its design without any doubt. As what you can see on this laptop, it is really quite elegant to see something like a champagne with the HP logo and a silver color scheme, but you have three-tone colors because we have a black bezel on the laptop itself. But you can actually see from its really great distinctive look, it's really sleek as what it is. It's like a premium laptop but on a budget. As what you can notice here that the port selection is really quite decent overall. So what you can see on the right side, we have USB Type-C, HDMI, Ethernet port with a DC power in. On the other side, we have combo audio jack, full-size card reader, 2 sets of USB ports, and last but not least is the security lock slot. So now let's proceed on to the display. 1080p TN panel screen, you name it for its TN panel screen, washes out the colors, and also not really great when it comes to color contrast, but for 1080p TN matte screen, you can use this one outdoors and it's really quite pleasurable for you to use this laptop when it comes to its sharpness, and for movie watching and other forms of stuffs, that is no problem at all. The webcam 720p is actually quite decent overall. Not the most perfect type of webcam quality, but it really gets the job done when you're going to do some online teaching, online school, and virtual assistant.
So this is a 720p webcam test. As you can see, there are a lot of grains. That's what you can see when we go to a really good lighting. Yeah, I mean it's good, but if we go against the light, yeah, I mean it goes a little bit softer, but I do recommend using a webcam with a better quality if you're going to use it for virtual assistant or even for your online classes.
Keyboard backlit, but I'm not a fan of when it comes to its color scheme because of its really great elegant keyboard, spacious enough especially for an average typist that you can type on it for a longer session. Even though I don't like the arrow keys, the backlit keyboard option is not really that good. If you have a silver colored keyboard, can't see some of the key letters themselves when this one was turned on. But if you turn off the lights, you only have one brightness control whether on or off. But it's really distinctive design. Even for its white backlit keyboard, it attracts the crowd. Whereas the touchpad area, I'm still not a fan of having a more wider experience. If I wish to have a taller touchpad, I could actually expect to have some better inputs and navigation. The gesture controls is really working fine. However, if you want to use a mouse, that is no problem. Whereas the specs, we have the Intel Core i5-7200U processor, 4GB of RAM that we upgraded it to 8GB stick. Especially adding a 120GB R600 RAM style SSD, 1TB hard drive, and the 940MX. Whereas the performance on the i5 is really great when it comes to its modern standards. Basic use, office work, and Photoshop video editing without any sweat, especially if you're going to play some games. The 940MX, however, you can see from its benchmark here that this one really performs well from Valorant and all the other titles that we have tried testing them. And thanks to its ergo lift hinge, the thermals on this thing is really comfortable without any kind of thermal throttle. As what you can see on our chart, the i5-7200U, even it is a power efficient chip, and the GPU that you can actually optimize it whether you wanted to enable or disable it. It really gets the job done for its thermals, and the fan noise is not really quite noticeable even for a full load. So let's tear this one apart. As what you can see here inside, we can actually upgrade your memory that has 2 slots, the battery that is easily replaceable, Wi-Fi card, hard drive, and the M.2 SSD, but with some minimal waste of space. Of course, the CPU and GPU is soldered on board, but here we go on to the speakers. Bang & Olufsen, that is forward facing towards the user, is really a great experience for a laptop speaker like this. Really packs a punch that is very good when it comes to its audio quality. And especially when we go to the battery life, it is really impressive overall. And you can actually tell from its percentage, from 100 to 0 depending on how you use the unit, you can tell that the battery life is really improved on our chart right here. But yeah, as what you can expect for playing games, it is really quite power hungry, so better use an AC adapter if you're going to aim for it. But now, we go on to the conclusion. Even though for a second-hand laptop, it's really quite affordable as it is. Even though you have something that is really quite dated CPU, GPU, all the components that is not really more modern like what we can expect on 2021, this thing is really a performer. It doesn't disappoint, especially for a second-hand laptop with some minor dents here and there, but for a second-hand laptop like this, you can get somewhere in that kind of price point. So if you want to see more of these videos like this, hit the subscribe button, get notified by tapping the notification bell. Leave a like and comment down below on your thoughts. And this is Norms, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.